And we back. G3. What it gonna be? Okay, I'm just messing around. G3 is basically talking about formula, symmetry, and transformation. All pretty straightforward if you pay attention. Let's go. Okay, so here's the SOL that the state says describes what could be on the test. Distance midpoint, looking at slopes to determine whether perpendicular or parallel, looking at symmetry, and then doing translation, reflection, rotation, dilation. All pretty straightforward, and let's jump into it. So this looks kind of complicated, but basically it's just the average, the midpoint, the slope, and the distance formulas. Now, you might have reached a point where you realize that the midpoint is just averaging both the x and the y components, and the distance formula is a lot like the Pythagorean theorem. And then you also recognize that slope, you have some experience with slope, and you know that that's just rise over run. And let's keep going. Okay, so now we're talking about parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, so basically parallel lines have the same slope, but perpendicular lines have 1 over the slope times -1. So you flip the slope, so if it's 3, it would be 1 over 3, and then you multiply that times -1. Or in our example here, we have the slope of 1/4, so you flip it, you get 4, and then you have to make it negative, so -4, and you can see how that looks correct. Okay, now we're on to the next section, symmetry. Basically, symmetry, think about, same on the left as it is on the right, symmetrical faces. A lot of things in nature are symmetrical, and we're looking at line symmetry and point symmetry, and then we're looking here at transformations and translations. Well, basically translation is just moving something, and then reflections is basically, think of like a mirror. You can see how that looks like a reflection about a line. And now we're looking at rotation, so rotating something, you pick a point and you rotate it. And dilation means getting larger or smaller. And that's all we got for it. So thanks for tuning in, and check out the next video. Make sure you do a lot of practice.